This one sacrificed all his companions who had placed their trust in his dream. He shattered the heart of the girl who saw him as an angel in human form, and he betrayed his closest friend in the most heinous way possible. And this one? Where do I even begin? It's enough to simply mention his name. A fictional character who terrified the Chinese government to such a degree that they banned his story from Perseverance itself. Griffith from the manga Berserk and Fang Yuan from the novel Reverend Insanity. Two figures who, in their own universes, embodied the purest and darkest form of determination. The resolve to achieve one's goal, no matter how devastating the cost, and no matter how stripped the path becomes of any moral value. In this video, we will contemplate these two characters, compare them, and uncover how the evil of the mind differs from the evil of dreams. Enjoy. In Berserk, we first stand on ground that feels familiar. Towering castles, warring kingdoms, knights sworn to kings, a noble class controlling the reins of power, and impoverished masses surviving on the crumbs of endless wars. It's a world resembling our own medieval past, a stage that draws us in with its harsh realism. But Kentaro Miura, the creator of Berserk, laced this medieval stage with something darker. A layer of fantasy soaked in horror. Magical creatures, fantastical yet terrifying places, and above all, cosmic forces so immense that they harness fear itself as fuel for evil. Humans in this world are often little more than wooden puppets moved by strings they cannot see, acting out tragedies written long before they were born. From this world of poverty, a child was born who seemed almost otherworldly. White hair as luminous as moonlight, and eyes as blue as a clear spring sky. He was not born noble, nor wealthy, nor destined by lineage. Yet every day he would raise his gaze to the castle that crowned the horizon, and inside him a dream awoke. A dream that seemed naive to the wise, laughable to the privileged, and impossible to the poor. His dream was simple, but also audacious: to become a king, to own a kingdom that he himself would protect. That dream, distant as it was, became Griffith's guiding star. From the beginning, his distinctive beauty acted as a form of magic, an aura that made others believe in him. His charisma wrapped his ambition in hope, and around him gathered youth of his age, each convinced that Griffith was a leader worth following. Thus was born the Band of the Hawk, the nucleus of his journey. Though Griffith often seemed humane, sharing laughter, showing care, his true nature revealed itself whenever the dream was at stake. For him, companions were not ends, but means. When resources were scarce and hunger gnawed at his followers, he did not hesitate to sacrifice his body for favors that would secure supplies. This was not out of love or devotion, but because he understood that his soldiers were his most valuable instruments in climbing toward his dream. With Guts joining his band, the Hawks rose higher than ever before. Their victories piled up until Griffith himself earned the favor of Midland's nobility. The path to the summit seemed closer than ever, especially when Griffith caught the eye of Princess Charlotte. He moved swiftly, eliminating obstacles, trapping enemies, silencing rivals. He set a trap for the conspiring queen, and he sent Guts to assassinate the king's brother, an operation that, through cruel accident, also killed an innocent child. Political cunning, brutal efficiency. These were part of the game of power, a game where morals were nothing but luxuries. Guts was Griffith's greatest card, a warrior of unmatched strength and the only person he truly allowed into his personal orbit. Yet this bond proved dangerous, for when Guts chose to leave, Griffith fell into despair. His composure crumbled. Recklessly, he seduced the princess, a move that exposed him to the king's wrath. He was captured, imprisoned, and tortured. Slowly, everything that defined him was stripped away. His beauty, his agility, even his ability to speak with eloquence. When Guts returned and rescued him, it was already too late. Griffith, now broken and hollow, saw only ruin. The Hawks scattered, their glory reduced to ashes. And then came the fated moment. In his hand was the Baelith, the Egg of Destiny, an artifact that grants its owner one chance. Sacrifice what you hold most dear, and in return, receive the power to reach your deepest desire. Griffith, cornered by despair, chose to sacrifice everything. The Band of the Hawk, his loyal companions, were offered as the price. And so Griffith was reborn as Femto, an apostle of the God Hand, an entity stripped of his humanity. His dream had survived, but the cost was everyone who believed in it. The world of Reverend Insanity is different, yet equally merciless. It is a parallel universe built on the concept of cultivation, a term rooted in Chinese philosophy. Here, cultivation does not mean farming, but rather the purification of the soul, the ascension of both body and spirit, and the pursuit of transcending natural limits. Taoism, Confucianism, and Buddhism all echo in its foundations, and the ultimate aspiration of this world is nothing less than immortality. A common saying in the novel is, "Man is the spirit of all living things." Humans may appear weaker than beasts or divine entities, but they possess intellect and will. This intellect is their defining essence, their spirit, granting them the ability to innovate, dominate, and reshape their environment. Thus, in this world, everything exists to be used by humans: resources, creatures, even the mystical goo worms that grant extraordinary powers. Yet beneath this philosophy lies a brutal rule: the strong prey upon the weak. To outsiders, there are two factions, the righteous path and the demonic path. But peel away the labels, and you find both driven by the same hunger for power. The righteous care about appearances, playing by rules to preserve reputation, while the demonic strip away the mask and act without shame. Into this universe enters Fang Yuan. Originally a man from our world, he lived in this cultivation realm for 500 years, his experiences hardening him into an unyielding figure. His goal was singular and absolute: eternal life. Immortality was his fuel, his obsession, his reason for being. In Chinese philosophy, immortality is the ultimate goal, breaking free from the shackles of time, aging, and death to reach the Tao, the absolute path. Unlike Griffith, Fang Yuan does not dress his ambition in dreams of kingdoms or companionship. He embodies absolute selfishness. He does not believe in good or evil as moral truths. To him, they are illusions created by societies to control others. His philosophy is chillingly simple: everything that serves me is right, and everything that hinders me is wrong. Fang Yuan accepts the world as it is. To him, everyone is a pawn, and every bond is disposable if it delays his march toward immortality. He sacrifices without hesitation, betrays without guilt, and persists without remorse. His evil is not clothed in tragedy or ambition. It is pure, calculated, and born of reason's frost.